Okay, picture this. You've definitely been here before. You finally get the guts to share your big dream. Maybe it's a close friend or a family member. You completely trust them with this fragile, exciting new idea. And instead of getting excited with you, you get a look. You know the exact look I'm talking about. And then they drop it on you. That's not realistic. Or maybe, do you know how many people try that and fail? You should just be practical. And in that exact moment, something inside you just quietly deflates. You smile, nod, say, yeah, maybe you're right, and you go back to playing it safe.
But here's the thing, and nobody tells you this in that painful moment. They weren't actually being objective. They weren't being realistic. They were just being average. Historically speaking, average people have always, without fail, told extraordinary people that their ambitions are totally crazy. Every single time someone tries to step outside the norm, the crowd pushes back.
There's actually a fascinating scientific explanation for why people react this way. Psychologists call it psychological projection. Basically, when someone instantly shoots down your big vision, they aren't actually thinking about you or your skills or your potential at all. Their response is a direct reflection of their own internal fears, their own past failures, and their own unlived life. They're just taking their own internal limitations and slapping them right over your goals.
It really all boils down to safety versus comfort. Now think about this. Your ambition does not threaten the other person's safety. Not at all. But it absolutely fundamentally threatens their comfort. Why? Because when you dare to want more out of life, it forces the people around you to confront a really uncomfortable question: why haven't I dared to want more? And instead of sitting with that heavy feeling, their brain takes the easiest way out. It tries to convince you that your dream is the problem. It's not malicious, it's just painfully human. Their doubt was never about your dream. It was always about their fear.
So, let's look at the most dangerous, dream-killing phrase in the English language. What does be realistic actually mean when someone says it to your face?
Let's completely dismantle this myth right now. On the surface, sure, be realistic sounds great. It sounds like wisdom, responsibility, genuinely good advice from someone looking out for you. But beneath the surface, it actually translates to fit inside the box I understand. Please don't go further than I went. Want what I think is possible, not what you believe is possible. It's a boundary they've set for themselves, just masquerading as advice for you.
Just look at history. It proves that realistic isn't some fixed scientific truth. It's a moving line drawn by whoever went the furthest right before you. Think about it. In 1900, flying was completely unrealistic. In 1960, putting a human on the moon? Crazy talk. In 1990, having a supercomputer in every single person's pocket was totally unrealistic sci-fi. Literally everything you take for granted today was once called crazy by average people.
The legendary psychologist Dr. Abraham Maslow really hit the nail on the head here. He said, if you plan on being anything less than you are capable of being, you will probably be unhappy all the days of your life. I mean, that is the ultimate authority right there. Being realistic about someone else's narrow definition of what is possible is honestly the most unrealistic thing you could possibly do with your life.
Part 1. Before they were successful. The beginning.
I don't want us to look at the polished billionaire success stories you already know. Let's look at the brutal reality of these famous figures right before anyone on earth believed in them. Steve Jobs, fired from his own company, called unstable. Oprah Winfrey, arguably one of the greatest communicators in history, was told she was unfit for television because she was too emotional. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 different publishers who thought a book about a boy wizard wouldn't sell. And Walt Disney was literally fired from a newspaper because his editor said he lacked imagination. No way, right? Walt Disney lacking imagination? The crowd is almost always wrong about the people who change the world.
So what's the one thing all these icons had in common? It wasn't that they were totally fearless or immune to the pain of rejection. It was this. Their belief was simply louder than the noise of the crowd. They heard the word crazy, they felt the sting of failure, and they kept going anyway because their internal conviction completely overpowered all the external doubt.
But how do you actually build that kind of bulletproof conviction? Well, first, you have to dodge a massive psychological trap. Here's the actual science behind why sharing a new electric dream too early is so dangerous. It's called the social reality effect. When we share a goal publicly, like at a family dinner or blasting it on social media, before we've built our own ironclad internal conviction, other people's reactions literally reshape how real that dream feels to our brains. A dream shared too early with the wrong people can die before it ever gets a chance to live.
So before you ever open your mouth to share your vision, you need to use this strict rule. Ask yourself,
Does this person have evidence in their own life that they are qualified to speak on mine? Do they have a track record of building, creating, and taking risks? If the answer is no, you protect the dream. Keep it close. Not everyone deserves a seat at the table of your vision.
Part 2. How to protect your vision, the framework.
All right, now that we understand the psychology of the naysayers and the danger of oversharing, let's get into the solution. Here is the 5-step framework designed to fiercely protect your goals. Step 1, feed before you speak. Step 2, find your one person. Step 3, starve the doubt. Step 4, separate love from advice. And step 5, build in silence. Let's break these down.
Steps 1 and 2 are your foundation. Feed before you speak means you have to build your conviction alone first. Do the research, make a plan. The stronger your internal belief gets, the less power outside doubt will have. Then find your one person. You don't need the whole world to validate you. You just need one person who understands the language of big vision. One right person is worth 1,000 average opinions.
Step 3 is all about daily discipline. Starve the doubt and feed the evidence. Every single day, your job is to find one small, concrete proof that your dream is possible. Find a person who already did it. Knock out one small step. Learn one new skill, because concrete evidence beats internal and external doubt every single time. Now, step 4 is a tough emotional truth. Separate love from advice. Your family and friends can love you deeply and unconditionally, and still be completely, totally wrong about your potential. Their love is real, but their limitation is also real. You've got to learn to accept their love while firmly rejecting their limitations. Which brings us right to our final step. Stop explaining. Just execute. The most powerful thing you can do for your future is to stop trying to explain your dream to people whose minds just aren't ready to understand it. Put your head down, work, build. Let the results speak in a language that doubt can't possibly argue with. As we wrap up this explainer, I really want this to sink in. Every single person who ever built something extraordinary started exactly where you are right now. They had a dream that sounded totally crazy to everyone else, and a voice inside that whispered, maybe I should just be realistic. The only difference between the ones who made it and the ones who faded away wasn't talent or luck. It was simply the decision to protect the dream long enough for it to become real.
Remember this whenever you need to validate your ambition. Your dream sounds crazy to average people because your dream is not average, and neither are you. So stop wasting your precious energy trying to explain yourself to people who aren't going where you are going.
Which leaves us with this final, unmistakable directive. Stop telling people your big dreams. Stay silent. Let your success do the talking. Build in silence. Grow in silence. Let your eventual success make all the noise. So ask yourself right now, what are you going to start building in the dark today? Keep this framework close. Fiercely protect your ambition, and we'll see you in the next explainer.